welcome to Jessica. I'm your host, Jessica Rector. Today we're talking about fighting back at any age. My guest today is a 15-year-old girl who was able to fight back from her attackers, and she believed that it saved her life. So we're going to discuss that today, and also what do you do when you're a mother and your child gets attacked. Please welcome my guest today, Lisa Nicole Gutierrez, and her mother, Yolanda Lopez. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Lisa, tell us a little bit about what happened to you.
Let's see. I was selling raffle tickets, and I went to this place called The Graduate, and I seen four guys, and they tried to attack me.
So what is this place called The Graduate?
It's a eating place, like where people go and hang out and watch the football games and stuff.
And this actually happened in your own neighborhood, right?
It was a block away.
So you were leaving The Graduate, and you were walking where?
I was walking.
I mean, were you walking home?
I was walking home.
And so how far was it from The Graduate to your house?
A block away.
Okay, you just said that, sorry. And so when you were leaving The Graduate, what did you do? Did you go to cross the street?
Well, I seen them in the truck. There was two in the front and two in the back. And they were yelling, you know, hey mama or whatever. And so I crossed the street, and then they made a U-turn, and then I crossed the street again.
To try and get away from them. And then they kept following you? And then what happened? And
the two in front, one of the guys said, you know, jump out and go get her or whatever. And then so two jumped out and tried to like get a hold on me. And then I kicked one, you know. Good.
In the right place? Is that where you kicked?
Yes.
Okay.
I can't really say it, but and then he swung, and then I went like I backed up, and then they looked at each other like, what the heck, you know, you can't even hit a little girl. And so they shaking me, like trying to knock me out to like get me in the truck. And then this old lady is seen, and she's like, what are you guys doing? You know, what are you guys doing? And so they both got in the truck. But it was funny because in the front, the two people who were in the front, they were like, you know, you can't even knock a little girl out, you know, just knock her out. And then when they were going to leave, like to get out the truck to get me, that's when the old lady came.
And she said what to them again?
She's like, you know, what are you guys doing? I'll call the police. What are you guys doing to that little girl?
And then they just let you go?
Yeah, they stopped for a minute, like, you know, like they didn't realize no one was watching because it was like dark out, and we were like by the grass area. So really, people would pass by, but...
and no one said anything?
No.
So do you believe that fighting back helped save your life?
Yes, I do.
And you were doing raffle tickets for what cause?
Karate.
So you take karate. So in aspect, karate actually helped save your life because you were able to...
Yeah, I wasn't panicked really because I've been through the stuff at, you know, a karate dojo. And so it was like...
More of a reflex.
Yes. So when they came by, I would like back up because I already knew it was coming or something like that. If it wasn't if I wanted to take karate or some sort, then I think I would have been in the truck.
But a lot of people are thinking, okay, you're a 15-year-old girl. How, even knowing karate, if two big guys have you, how are you able to get away from them?
It's really outsmarting them. Not really outsmarting, but know what to do and what not to do. Like if he grabs on your hold, the four fingers on top are the strongest. So if you go up top, he's still going to hold you. But if you go, the thumb is the weakest. Right. So you just yank out from the bottom.
So that's what you were doing when they had you?
Yes.
And did they have, like one guy had your arms and one guy had your legs, or how did they have you?
One guy had my arms, and one guy went behind me to, I guess, yank on my hair or to push me towards him to get in the truck. Right. But when I went like this, he looked at the other guy like, you know, what the heck? And so that's when he swung on me, and I went to the side, and they looked at each other like, you know, what's wrong with this little girl? Why can't we get her? Right. And yeah.
And how old were you when this happened?
I was
14 last year.
14.
Yeah, last year.
So as a mom, Yolanda, what do you do when you find out that your 14-year-old almost gets kidnapped?
I freaked out. I freaked out because she came home running. Her face was just in, and I was upset at her because I had told her, get home before dark, you know.
Right.
And selling tickets and everything, she just completely forgot about the time, you know. And that's one thing I always stress. You know, where we live, it's a retired, semi-retired home. You know, there's hardly any kids out, and
Right.
so, you know, a block away, that's a family establishment, the graduates. So, you know, but then when she came home, her shirt kind of torn, and it freaked me out. I mean,
So what was the first thing you did?
call the police. Call the police.
Good.
You know, and then they came out and took pictures of, you know, because they scratched her up by trying to really get a hold of her. You know, they scratched her neck and the side of her, you know, and stuff like that. And I had to call the cops, and she did a sketch, but then she wouldn't leave the house for about a month.
That's scary.
She wouldn't even go to the store with me. She would not come out of the house. And until I got her a cell phone,
Right.
then she started little by little coming out more, because that was
Were you
her.
just scared to go out, to go anywhere?
Yeah, I was scared, and until now I'm scared of trucks. Like when I see a truck, I don't know, it's just, I get this feeling like, I don't know, it's weird.
It like brings it all back a little
Yeah.
bit. So how did you eventually get over the fear? Just by having the safety of a
Blocking it
cell
out.
phone? Blocking it out.
Yeah, like she would mention it, like, you know, come home before dark, you know, I don't want that to happen again or whatever, but it's like block it out, like it never happened.
And that's the worst thing a child can do, is to block it out. Because see, once they're out there again, they're thinking again that nothing's going to happen to them.
Right.
And by her blocking it out, I always keep trying to remind her, you know, hey, don't forget what happened.
Right.
It's not, it can happen. What if they see you again? You know?
Right, especially because it happened in your own neighborhood.
Yeah, what if they see you again? And just the idea that they got frustrated because they couldn't succeed. Because from what she told me, the driver was very upset because they couldn't grab her in. He was getting mad at his friends because they couldn't handle her.
Oh my gosh. So now do you go somewhere whenever you go somewhere, you go with someone else?
Yeah, I'm not by myself anymore. So I go with like at least 4 people or a big group.
That's good, that's safety. So what did you, after you called the police, then how did you help her get through this?
Well, when I got her cell phone, okay, and then when she goes, Mom, I want to go down to my friend's house. Me as a parent, I mean, her friend lives like 3 blocks away from where, you know, and when she's walking, I'm constantly calling her. And she gets upset at me because she goes, quit calling me. I said, well, I want to make sure you reached your destination,
Yes.
you know. And by us communicating on the telephone, you know, and reminding her, I don't want you out at night. I want you home, you know, before dark, you know. And by even like in the daytime when I tell her, go to the store for me, you know, I kind of like push her out so she won't stay shelved.
Yeah, so she'll get used to it and eventually have the initiation to go out. Because if you don't, then they're just going to stay inside and they're never going to break through.
She wouldn't even, I mean, she'd just look out her window. That's all she would do, just look out the window. She wouldn't even go get the mail.
But so how do you, like, you know, so you block it out and that helps you to get out the door? Because it's still going to exist.
Yeah, when I say like block it out, I block it out like I know it happened, but I don't want to remember it in my head, like what happened.
Right.
I know when I see guys, you know, I think of what happened, but when I say block it out, I mean like don't want to think about it, like
that experience.
That experience, because when I think about it, like it's like wow, I almost lost my life right then and there, and so when I just block it out, like I know it happened, but I don't want to think, you know.
Well, of course you don't want to continually think about it, you know, all the time, because that you probably drive yourself mad by doing that.